Like it's again, the Dolia pick requires a lot of sacrifice in terms of synergy and how you want it to activate for yourself. Because if you don't have the right recipes or items in, it could still be a waste of reset, right? You force a lot of ultimates, but the team's like, is that it? Okay, all of that for a drop of blood. You know the famous line, right? That was happening in game number 1. So how?
I think with the Dolia first pick though, it kind of like what we said in the first match series, is that it makes your draft a little bit more predictable, and I think that was the problem.
Okay, I'm gonna go out of hand here. Maybe we can see a Zlong coming in. Zlong is great. We can see a Jing as well. I mean, when you're fighting against a Han Xing, he is unorthodox in the pro scene for now, right? And he's very mobile. So why not fight fire with fire? Burst versus burst.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, considering the fact that Indonesia has more aggressive ways to deal with the front line of Blacklist, and that was lacking. You mentioned about crowd control Blam, and if you just use that and just to hell with it. And then go ahead. Again, in a do or die situation, the coach right now, Blacklist, can actually deal. See, another page as we talk about the book that you could actually use against this on game number 2.
Yeah, I think the other thing as well was the fact that it was the lack of carry, right? Like, there's only so much DRNG can actually confirm and actually achieve in terms of carry. And then if you're passing that over to the Shangguan for that to be her main focus, that's a problem because, again, all they have to do is clump together. DMT was just like, hey, let's cuddle. We're not going to share anything. We're not going to take damage. We're just going to cuddle under Zhang Fei's warmth. And that's exactly what they did. And looking at this draft, DMT even banned out the Zhang Fei. They're like, hey, let's give you a bit of a break. Let's make it a little bit easier for you. Let's ban out our Zhang Fei.
Okay, but this opens up so many doors here, and right away, Yuan, we've already seen the monstrous performance of Yuan in the hands of other teams, such as Fearless Esports. Now it's going to be DMT, maybe showing us another side to this, maybe the softer side of Yuan here. Beauty and the Symphony.
Yeah, they switch places, yes. Maybe Blacklist would want to read the first one. Again, you were saying about not being predictable. Maybe this could be the great part of their adjustment. Oh, yeah, of course, Diadea. We're talking about a lot of options game number 1. How about this for Blacklist? This is a great adjustment because frontline, well, a lot of ways to utilize that passive from a Diadea. And gold as well.
Not even that. I mean, the immobilization, right? That's a big key. Like, if you think you are being very confident, it's like, swing in, immobilize, and then comes, like, Chami on the Dharma, and then that's it. You're gone. But looking at DMT here, they put in the Lady Sun rather than the Ali. They've kept that open. They've kept the Lung open as well. But they go for the Orgrim.
Okay, hear me out. I'm feeling like a Zhuangzi for the side of DMT is going to work wonders, right? You want to deal with the anti-CC, with the Kaleidoscope as well. It's going to provide so much value for the side of DMT's draft. Butterfly Effect, definitely going to save them from the mantras coming out from Chami, and maybe even the stuns coming out from Juicy as well.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this draft, right? So this is Flex, so Orgrim Flex, Huan Flex. Currently, both got TP. Orgrim could go up into the clash, Huan could go mid, Huan could go jungle, Orgrim could go jungle. They're guessing right now. This is a lot of guesswork for Blacklist on their potential last game in this series.
They know the risk of being the first pick, right? And considering that this 2 flex picks could actually change depending on how Blacklist International reacts. Wow, Lian Poban, I'm hurt. Why? It's my hero. I was waiting or looking forward for either one of these to get used with the Lian Po, but considering the Arlie, maybe that's one way to stop it. Maybe respecting the counter, as Kit mentioned. But how about this?
The Lian Po, I think it was a bit of a phase, right? We went through a big phase where Lian Po had a huge, appearance rate, right? But hey, Mom, it's a phase. We're growing out of it. We're banning it. Same with the Motsu. I mean, that would have been a great counter for Blacklist, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And at this point, it leaves just a few options available, right? So we may be looking at a Kaiser, maybe looking at a Dun. A Dun would be a more ideal choice in my perspective because, MDMT read my mind, so you're going to ban out a Dun. Well, simply because the Unruly Blade allows access into the backline.
Yes, it's a great access in there, especially if you don't have anything like the Mayin, right? So having the Dun off the table, as well as the Lady Jen as well, so their mid lane's not locked in. They could still go for something like the Princess Frost to try and negate the Huan's engage or even the Orgrim. They are looking to go for it. Hey, that's back-to-back guessing so far. I think we're doing our job very well.
Wow.
I think Jill is going to pick up this Yuan in the mid. We're going to see Chi Ping's pick up the Elaine because as of now, nobody's going to save them from the death at sunset.
True. Very true.
Okay, so I think that's one thing that they want to consider. It's the back line, since this is a Lady Sun. The Lady Sun wants all the space in the world. Same as Arlie. Oh, that's a great way to put it. How about the Sunbin?
Yep.
Silence everybody out. You know how the crowd control works. I had this, well, I'm going to bring it up. Another game of mine, and even one of the chats. We were all hard crowd control heroes.
Yeah.
What more better way to silence you up by being in front? Sunbin.
Oh, wow. And not only that, with the time flux, it gives you more room for error because you recover some of the health, you recover some of the mana as well. So you get to make a little bit of minor mistakes before you actually get caught out. No, it is not.
Never mind.
Liu Bang, oh my god, this is a very difficult draft to play against.
Yeah, you got like an engage coming through, literally. Engage coming through, you're like, hey, there's only Augur, and then out of nowhere it's like, Shabba! Like, I'm here.
It's like Shazam, you know? Being just physically present when the time you need him. Shout out to our friends who's always there for us. Yeah. Because that's Liu Bang right now. I was expecting it would be Sunbin, based on the crowd control that BLACKLIST has right now, but yeah. Played me right there, DMT.
They just want to mow them over, right? Because and I like the fact that they put him as a last tick.
Oh,
because
no.
It ends things with a bang.
In name
really,
and in nature.
Yeah, and the Mankey up against Freddy. Well, we've seen the first series of the day you guys casted. The Mankey worked wonders in pushing towards mid to late series of the game. Now, maybe the minds of BLACKLIST is most likely the recovery that they can do up against Alive. As you said, this could be difficult to go against with.
Yep, okay, I like it. I like BLACKLIST draft. It is very strong in the front, but it's kind of lacking in the back.
Yeah. It's the pie in the front. It's kind of like what we're doing in the back. We have no back. So let's see how BLACKLIST actually do going into game 2. Can they take a round from Dominator Esports? I like the monkey pick, the dream roll into the back line, but then also the fact that he's had his base defense actually recently buffed as well. Really gives him a great early game now, where before it used to be a hard thing.
This is a very naughty Freddy. This is a very naughty Freddy.
I feel you, man. I completely feel it. Freddy right now, Liu Bang being present, once he hits level 4, Freddy would really have the confidence, like, make it double from game number 1, where he can actually be in deep situations that could be a turnaround point.
Yeah. But right now,
they get the steal. So L takes one cap away already, and it's small little things like this that really make the difference for the game.
Yes, so far, yes, very much difference. I mean, the presence of having the Liu Bang anywhere and everywhere at once, right? He's able to just go in, give you shield, give you CC if you need it. He is that backup guy, okay.
Yeah, small pokes. I don't think it's too much at this point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Chaz doing well to really just balance out the damage, right? They're going to go for a reset, but they're deals at the tower, so I think both sides are fine.
Yeah, I kind of reacted right there because, again, it's the challenge of having the Diadea with you on where to land that swing. It's not about, yeah, I have my white bars full here up top, but it just happens automatically, right? It's about a timing from BLACKLIST that they can use against this one. So if they manage to get a hold of, if they manage to get a hold of Chaz by just being in the farm lane, gold wouldn't circulate properly for BLACKLIST.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see the pressure here that's going on to Golden Kite, right? You can see that Toshi is very comfortable on this Lady Sun. He's been very aggressive. Every time he rolls in, the damage is extra.
Okay, it might not seem like nothing, like anything happened, but BLACKLIST just got caught off guard here because Dominator, they cleared out the jungle, so they actually went in for nothing.
Yeah. Well, observing that point, I think they want to create space more than rather take heroes early on. Because, you know, yeah, Arlie's there, might take some time to shine, but having the Lady Sun as well, both have two situations that you want to, well, prevent. But if the Liu Bang is going to be stubborn as this, they're going to push BLACKLIST again one more time in their own turret, and they will force members out to actually aid them and not be on the lane and lose XP.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Diadea, right? Okay, Aaron may get caught out.
In. They want to commit to this first blood of Aaron. No, Aaron will make it out with a sliver of health. It's L that's falling down. And at this point, Toshi, he rolls in, tries to get the damage in as well. But here comes the heals. And at this point, evens, Stevens for both ends. But Jill, he's trying to make it a difference.
Well, speaking of which, they really forced out Aaron to be in the farm lane as many times as possible. But hey, Same as how Dominator goes.
Yep.
Do you want to?
Chess. Oh, that's a bit low. Okay, he had to commit the flash.
You're over here waiting.
Opa!
Waiting for the right moment, and we thought there were going to be a follow-up from that moment.
They're just teasing us right now, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Same as the draft.
keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Oh, Dominator right now, slowly building up the build here, same as Monkey. So, okay, more likely on the damage with a mix of defense. So, both of these teams, maybe specific or Blacks, oh no. He could be in trouble there, going back to my point. It could be an even situation if somebody falls early, right? It could be a different game since we're looking at Freddy and Just She building up the same path. So either one gets actually picked off and starts the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, it's a minor gold lead, right? There is nothing in it, right? So we see the neutral objective going over to the side of Dominator Esports, picking up the Tyrant, so giving over a lot of damage over to Freddy, a lot of damage over to Orgren and the Lady Sun.
Yeah, this is like an Indonesian special, right?
Yeah.
4 minutes and 10 seconds, you have a neutral objective already.
I mean, yeah, with Mawadea, wasn't it? It's like literally, it was like, wait, Overlord came up, it's gone? What's going on?
It's kind of like a thing now, a development thing for Indonesian Special. Because again, if an opportunity shows up, the team actually maximizes to use it. There's it. There it is. Pressure coming on from the farm lane.
Yeah, pressure coming up to the farm lane. It's not looking it's going to be a committed push here, but Aaron.
Yeah, Freddy, he sees the opening. He's going to go for it. First blood. It is going to be them. Now, but it's not even here. And at this point, Dominator Esports, they rewrite the script and they remake history again.
They're trying to rewrite the stars here. Early game. First thing. They want to force everything out from BLACKLIST, same as the story from game number 1. How do you make, or how do you push them out of their defenses? Yes, they haven't got the turret yet. Thanks to the minions down bottom, they take it slowly, as well as the mid. Make it
Try
two.
in. Dream Roam going to be committed as well, but they're going to walk away scot-free again. Dominator just playing with their food.
Yeah, no, it's not a good look when a monkey is playing
don't
with
spoil
the food,
it.
right? Hey, I mean, I'm hungry. Don't mention food around me. I might, like, devour myself in a minute.
I'm starting to discover Tofu right now and what he wants to go up against. Like, after this, yeah, he's probably heading to the street festival right there where his food is. Because right now,
it's not going to be enough because
no.
right now, L is going to jump in, Dream Roam, they're going to try and catch out Joe as well. Falls on a couple of the ultimates as well, but the stun comes in and once again, they get this engage and Freddy, in the midst of all that, free farming all over again.
Yeah, I mean, BLACKLIST, right, they're able to get the T1 up into the Clash lane, so it's not like that death meant nothing. They were able to trade the death of Aaron for that T1 in the Clash lane, so it's able to just get a push into the side lanes, and maybe even down in this farm lane, Freddy is on the prowl.
yeah, speaking of which, items be a building build up right now with Dharma's, same with Axe of Torment, now mainly probably for defense. Look at him. Oh, they're trying to squeeze in BLACKLIST right now to react.
Yep, they're jumping in the back. Ultimate committed by Jora as well. Here comes the stun. Pangs is falling a bit low. He's going to go in. Wow, Flash with the Conductor of Souls. He's falling a bit low. Here comes the ultimate as well on this side of Chance. At this point, they're just making sure they have the right positions. Freddy, once again, running away with the attention, getting a couple of free hits in that mid T2 as well. And they're chasing him down, but it's a Freddy. How do you catch a guy like that?
No, you can't, man. Like, they managed to get the blue buff out. Yeah, and speaking of which, they want to pick on Golden Kite, but most of the time, they just want to squeeze off BLACKLIST. Look at the damage.
Oh, he's falling
my
so
goodness.
low. L, does he want to jump in with the staggering charge? Will not overcommit at this point. We want to focus on the objectives. And oh, Aaron is caught in no man's land. He is going to be taken out, but here comes the return fire as well. It's going to be a 1 death, second death on the side of BLACKLIST International. They're falling apart, crumbling. Finally, they get one in return, but the ultimate comes in. The heal's coming from Jura as well. They're chasing in. This could be the turnaround for BLACKLIST, but they will not get more because Dominator Esports just run away scot-free again.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that one, right, is the fact that he's able to get that a lot of damage over after the T2 into the mid lane and also the T2 down into the farm lane, but that 2 kills for 1 trade, was it worth it? Probably not.
Oh, I've seen something was popping out in my mind right there from BLACKLIST. I know that they want to control that turret right away against Dominator Esports, but some part of them, they were willing to risk 2 heroes out, 2 players out, just to make it a defense. Considering that just she wasn't in the right time, it could have been a wipeout. slowly out of Blacklist if they didn't manage to defend it right away. If Jussi or even Chammy wasn't the right point to defend that moment, it could have gone a different way.
Yeah, I mean, the XP difference between Freddy and Juicy.
Oh, hang on, to get it in. Freddy does not get the steal, gets punished instead. At this point, it's going to be Gerald who falls first. Here comes the Battlefield Command. They're going to try and save Freddy's life. And at this point, this could be the start of something new. For the side of Blacklist International, they're going to be looking at that mid T1. Any other members they can catch out. Chammy goes to the back lines, gets a knock-up as well. It is going to be Toshi falling down. And this could be the Blacklist we've been waiting for since game number 1. Cheapanks gets taken down as well. It's all over. Get your pens. The pen is mightier than the sword. You have been taken and found guilty because right now Blacklist have hit the mark.
Yes, what a beautiful engage there, right? That was a 2-0 trade. Didn't quite get the T1 in that mid lane, but hey, this Tyrant is going to go over to the side of Blacklist, which is going to be able to enable Golden Kite on the Owl.
I'm telling you, man, Monkey, that this kind of pick right onto a second game, this only smells for a third game right now. Having that advantage, taking one isolated member out, even on the turret, they do not care because they needed the damage or even a pick off right over.
But this is what we want, right? We want the full 3 games.
The full experience. Honor of Kings Championship day number 1.
Hey, we want as many best of 3s in day 1, right? I mean, that sets up a great 8 days of more of this. It's like, hey, bring it on, baby.
And we're starting to see it right in front of our eyes. Now, that kind of moments that Dominator just committed in terms of mistake, they don't want it because there's a Dharma. Spicing things up. This is one way to see that Blacklist International in terms of recovery. It's starting to show. Look at that. Zone out, taking turrets out. Slowly, they want to have a pick-off here.
Yep, they want to find an opening, right? But nothing's happening. And at this point, it is Dominator Esports. They found the window. They're blocking them off. Look at the rest of the side of Dominator. They're working hard on their mid T2 as well. The wave is crashing in. Can they cut them off? Freddy's looking for the opening at this point. Chammy, is he going to be gone? No, it's not enough damage just yet. But T2 will be taken away. And Dominator Esports, they establish some form of map control.
That means map control, more like enemy team control. They was like, hey, no, this is the roadworks. You're not going this way. We're closed off, baby.
Oh, Freddy jumps in. Here comes the combination as well. The knockup. It is going to be the first death. Aaron falls low. Dream Roam used defensively. Here comes the jumping as well. Chammy gets the damage in. It's a killing spree. And Dominator Esports, they felt like they were falling for a moment, but it's Blacklist that gets punished instead. Get Dominator because Golden Kite is going to fall as well. Oh, but lost. Juicy 1 against 4.
They certainly know what's going to happen there. Completely Dominator Esports seizing the moment. And this is just the base being slowly opened by Blacklist.
And it's all but over. Juicy gets taken down. And Dominator, they represent Indonesia. And they are here to show off.
Second Indonesia win today. It is the home ground buff completely.
Well, we've seen how the crowd cheered, and looking back on how that game went, it still could be a possible comeback for Blacklist, but how they managed to seize an opening right from that moment, they take it. I was questioning, why they let just the waves just push in the top lane? They know it's certainly coming.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was the inevitable, right? I mean, where we saw that absolute navigation of the control of the map, controlling your enemy team, like just kind of just like veering them off in the way that you wanted to do, and then just letting that T2 open was dangerous from Dominator.
Yeah, in the world business, this is called the loss leader, right? We'll give you some losses, but we're going to take much more in return.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Dominator Esports has been showing us since game 1.
Well, it's the second game that I casted. The team name speaks for itself.
Yes.
From Fearless to Dominators, okay, you guys show it up on day number 1. That's how you show up on the first day of the job.
So in that sense, in that message, is Vitality just going to pick all tanks?
Let's see. Let's see. Again, we're trying to build a kind of like... I'm trying to compose myself. Yeah. We were trying to build a record here on which team could actually show up in their own name or build up on their own identity, because it's always about the play style. I think this is about the story on how do you want to go from day number 1.
Yeah, I mean, after like I would say the Indonesian qualifier was probably the hardest. So for them to do this was absolutely brilliant, and they're just showing that they are going great into this KC 2024. But we're going to hear from Dominator Esports very soon.
Congratulations, Dominator Esports! Woo! Once again, we see the third match with clean sweep
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0
Wow.
come from Dominator Esports. Tapi
Yes.
di sini kita sudah melihat ada pendukung dari teman-teman Dominator Esports.
Mana
tepuk
suaranya?
tangannya?
Okay,
Dennis,
then-
you know what? I'm so excited to see that match.
Yes.
Ooh, it's
Also
so
me-
intense from Dominator and BLACKLIST International.
So that's why we want to interview the
Yeah.
MVP of the Stars. Please welcome Toshi.
Ooh,
Yes.
oh,
Okay, this is
Toshi, hello.
Our friends from Dominator.
Yep, hi Toshi, how are you?
I'm okay.
Sabila,
I'm okay.
you
Yeah.
know when I see him, I
Yeah.
feel really dominated, you know. When I just see him, I feel dominated, yeah?
You feel dominated. So,
Okay.
okay, so Toshi, at the first game, you pick early, right? Is there anything hero from BLACKLIST International bother you?
Nothing.
Nothing, okay, just nothing, because I can dominate anything, yes?
Jadi teman-teman ini ya, kalau kata Toshi, jadi tuh hero-hero dari teman-teman BLACKLIST International itu nggak ada yang ganggu sama sekali.
Yes.
Semuanya aman, nyaman, dan terbukti 2-0 dari
2-0.
Dominator.
Babak
Luar
abis.
biasa sekali.
Luar biasa ya, oke. And if kalau misalkan ada pertanyaan, mungkin kalau ada kata-kata buat tim selanjutnya nih, apa yang bakal kamu katain buat mereka? Bukan kata maksudnya, apa yang kamu mau sampaikan ke
Is
mereka?
there anything you want to say for the other team that you will defeat it again?
Yes,
To the other teams that we will fight.
yes.
Good luck to us and hope you practice well.
Oh,
Hope you what? Hope you what? One more, please.
Practice well.
practice well.
Practice well.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
And then the last question. Dominator get their first rampage on our match for
Yes.
today. How do you feel about that?
Is it like a usual things or is it?
It's usual for Dominator.
Oh, all right then. It's
Normal
usual
things,
for
yes.
Dominator.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Toshi. And once again, congratulations,
Yes.
Dominator
Yes.
Esports. You can go back with your friends and go
Okay.
back to your backstage.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Toshi.
And
All
once
right.
again, Sabila, they
Yeah.
keep their 100 win rate.
Ooh, yeah.
Undefeated, yes, until
Yes.
today.
Yep, I'm agree with you, Darius. But after this, we still have one more match for today. But before that, as usual, we're gonna give it back to the casters. So casters, take it away.
We heard it there first from Dominator Esports that, hey, this was easy business.
Yep, 2-0, a stock standard, right? Business as usual.
It's just
Straight
like,
up question, right? It's just a normal day for Dominator Esports. 2-0, yeah.
Don't wake up this good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always about how you wake up in the morning, have your breakfast, and I think it's a factor nowadays if you wanna on how you wanna start your game. So, but Dominator Esports, maybe now since they start with this kind of note, they need to ride with their momentum, right?
Maybe they dominated their breakfast.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
The
the,
buffet.
true
Yeah.
Dominator is here.
Toshi, the MVP on Lady Sun. So again, what a great performance though, right? Like, we was expecting like it's going to be a little bit harder for him on this hero, but he proved us all wrong. Like, that roll in, the extra damage, he was just able to just stay in a very safe distance.
And it's because of Freddy, right? Because Freddy was
Yeah.
just running rampant all again, bunny hopping through left and right, front and back, and
Yeah.
it doesn't, once again, who do you catch?
Man, it's the second game, and the question is, who do you kill? Who do you get up against? Now, going back to the highlights, how they managed to just keep on using their objective as straps.
Yes, absolutely. They were kind of like just like tethers, right? It's like, hey, come and try and take this. But then it was like, boom. We see BLACKLIST was able to get a kill there, but it's like in their own jungle. We saw that Juicy tries to dream roll away defensively, but then he kind of just opens up the side of BLACKLIST again.
Yeah, do not be confused, right? BLACKLIST, they weren't really pummeled too hard into
No.
the ground. There were
Yeah.
moments where they could have come back into the game.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of like it goes to show that Dominator is just such a great team, but BLACKLIST are also a really good team as well. It's not like it was a complete stomp, like BLACKLIST got no kills or anything like that.
Yep.
You can see that Game 2's draft was way better, so I think if BLACKLIST just like draft better like Game 2, I think the rest of the tournament could be a bit of a breeze for them now that Dominator's out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to our stats here. Again, most of them from game number 1 were forced to build defensive items. I think it was a good start for Chami1. Again, that turnaround situation where he initiated Teamfight with Truth Mantra, it could have been a continuous momentum since you have the monkey with you. But going back on how the targeting system works for DMT, take Princess Frost first, then followed Arlie. Again, that was the main question. But yeah, if you're a Blacklist, it's hard to target members here. Right now for DMT.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2 great engages, right? Well, 3 if you include Verdi, because he's able to get in, get out, and do what he needs to do. You've then got the Hugh 1 that can just constantly give you heals and sustain you as well as the ult.
Yeah, if you take a look at the difference between the 2 teams, right? DMT, every single one of their heroes, they can fight.
Yes.
They can take a kill. But on the side of Blacklist, the moment you have Chance, Chance can't really take a one-on-one, right? But on the flip side, his counterpart, L on his Liu Bang, any day, man, come at me one-on-one.
And that makes sense. With the team fighting present on this matrix, all 75%, all leans to what you're saying, that they could actually be independent in taking a lot of kills. Meanwhile, in Blacklist, we have seen some parts that most of the time that Aaron is being forced to rotate down bottom. And that is just a great for DMT.
Yeah.
Oh, they're following the tracks. They're following us. So from that point, they were seeing the bigger picture moving towards the middle stage of the game.
That's the problem, right? Because, I mean, when you're a support, you kind of have to be the 100% participation, because if you're behind, you've got to be, you need any kind of edge you can get. And I mean, Diadia with the heals, with the immobilization, was something that they was looking for, but it just never really popped up.
Yeah, if you take a look at the goal graph, there were moments, right? So take a look at this, probably close to the end game here. There was the moment where there was a drop. That was the moment that, you know, Blacklist was counting on, but they made one small mistake, which was to open the front doors without any locks.
Yeah, the late game, that specific, like, triangle.
Yeah.
It could have been, no, went deep.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh no, we can't let this happen. Yeah, Chami1 got us at the second time, but there was so much in terms of like the macro-wise.
Yeah. They had a latch on the door. They could peer out, and they saw the opportunity, but then it was just like, slam, bam, we are winning this one. Blam, yeah, slam, wham, blam. Thank you, that has been my day. So, yeah, what a great series that was. I mean, the next series, Kagendra against Falcons. I am so excited to watch that one.
Throwback, like, looking back, I'm excited.
Absolutely, very excited. So you at home should be excited too to see Falcons against Kagendra. We're taking a short break, guys. Don't go anywhere.